Hey everyone, Bricknut here. Firstly, I just want to apologise for the spread out videos for the last month or so. I've just been busy with various things. My mum is now registered disabled because she's got arthritis in her lower back, which is just gradually getting worse and worse as arthritis does. You know, it's horrible. So she can't, lift heavy things like she used to be able to, so she's always in need of a hand with something. My stepdad is in the same boat for different reasons, but he's registered disabled as well. But he has just gone and bought himself a 1949 Ferguson TEA 20 vintage tractor in need of restoration work. So I've been helping them both quite a lot. So if I'm not here, I'm over at Mum's. But in between that, I have been here and I've just been doing little bits and bobs here and there. I haven't even bought any new sets to do a review on, apart from that Speed Champion set. That was the last one. And a set that I've got boxed over there because I bought it reduced, which was, let's turn the camera around, this one. I've already got this one, but I got this from a European supermarket called Lidl. Now every few months or so they do get some Lego sets in. It's usually a Lego City set this size, as well as a Lego Friends set. They sell them at £6.99, which is actually quite cheap for this set, as they retail for £9.99 elsewhere, or £10 in Sainsbury's, because they like to throw the extra penny on. I have no idea why it's an extra penny, but I don't mind. It's only a penny. Anyway, this was also reduced again down to, I think that sticker said £4.89. So even though I've already got it, I don't mind buying sets like this when they're reduced, just for the extra bunch of parts and whatnot. I've got another fire axe, for example, the barbecue, couple of figures, tree, little sort of palm tree type thing. So yeah, surprisingly this corner is still reasonably clean. I've managed to keep it that way for a good month now. Usually this corner ends up as my dumping ground where I dump all sorts on here. Let's just move these out of the way. We'll come to those in a momento. I did buy another one of these Friends set, the Art Studio. I can't remember the character's name that runs this now, or owns the Art Studio. I'm not that familiar with the Friends sets. I just buy them for the parts and because I actually like some of these buildings. So I bought another set so I could build up the back. I still needed to dig into my own loose Lego to get this far, but I'm going to change a few things. It's not quite done. I need a bit of glass to go in there. I've got to put that in. Do something on the roof. That I'm going to move to this floor. Probably that one so it matches the other side. I think that would be the better idea. And I'm not sure if I'm going to find somewhere to put it in the town or if I'm going to put it up on a shelf somewhere. A bunch of... I don't know where all these flowers came from. I don't know what I was doing with them. I can't remember. But I've just ended up with a pile of flowers there and a lot more in that corner than there was when I first built it. And I don't remember putting half of these here. I don't know if my friends have been doing it when they've been up to say hello and whatnot. Maybe they have, because I don't remember, unless Emma is coming alive at night and doing it for me. Anyway, yeah. Still sticking to this corner. I need 2 more of these. Not those ones, because they're the light green, they're the new ones. 2 of these older green ones to go in here, and then this whole corner is done base plate wise. Actually no, it isn't. I keep forgetting I've got to get a couple of little plates to put in there. because I'm not sure Lego do a 16 by 16 base plate in grey, preferably light grey. But then again, I've never really looked. Or a couple of 8 by 16 light greys would do. I'm not fussy, as long as I fill that hole in. But these two, one is going to go, just shimmy down the side here, in there. I actually wanted 3, but for some reason Argos only stock 2 at a time. And then I want 2 to go in there. Well, now I only need 1 because I've got 1 over there. So I'm going to use one of those 2 I've got over there, 1 in here, and then when Argos gets them in, I think it's because the Argos here is actually inside Sainsbury's supermarket, because Sainsbury's own them. So they're quite limited on stock. But it's just it's a bit of a pain, you know, when I wanted 3, I need 3 for this, and I could only get 2. Never mind, I might have some in on Sunday or something. I can pop back and get some. Why is all that corner raised there? Is that fire station moved? No, it's just the way my table goes. The actual surface of my table goes up there, and then there's a bit. Oh, and there. That's a bit wavy. I wonder if I could try and rectify that, because it looks a bit untidy. Don't know, I'll have to look into that. As you know, my row of shops over there are going to fill this gap. I've actually made it the right length to fill that gap. They will stay there. That doesn't need to stay there. That goes here. That goes further back. That is being moved again, and that's going to be put here. And the cycle shop's going to be moved, and that is going to go in there, but I haven't decided what orientation to put it yet. I want it so the back is either up against the gas station or up against the fire station, so it'll be running that way, with the front facing one of these buildings, and I'll make like a little pedestrian walkway going from this side to the other. So that road plate needs to be replaced, because I don't want the T-junction in. In fact, I've got to turn that one around so the T-junction's here, because I'm going to put a fence up somewhere here to separate this area from the hospital, and then this is going to become just a very small freight yard. I'm going to shuffle this track around a bit. I don't know if my idea is going to work, because I've never liked this point, and I've always switch track, and I've always struggled to get these ones all lined up. So I want another one of these. I'm going to go on eBay, or well, I've looked on eBay and Bricklink, and the prices are pretty much the same, so I'm not really that fussed where I buy them from. Anyway, I want to put it in here, because obviously with the switch track and this orientation, I have to put it here in order to get the second track in the middle. If I get another one of those, I can put it closer here, just put a bend on the end of there, so the switch track will be somewhere there, and I'll actually be able to extend these sidings a bit. Yeah, then I can just have a little freight yard. Well, that's the plan anyway. So I figured I've got the sidings, I've got a gantry crane. I'm sure I could come up with something. I might actually make a little custom locomotive, because obviously the freight is going to have to be taken from there up to this end where all the wagons and everything are going to be, so it can be loaded onto the wagons. So I thought, why don't I make a custom locomotive, so the gantry crane unloads it from the locomotive, drops it onto the mini one, so to speak, and that brings it up here to load it onto the trucks. bit of a complicated way to do it, but when you lack space, I suppose you wouldn't have a lot of choice. I do apologise for that noise in the background. That is my desk fan over there, if you can hear it. Sounds a bit like a diesel engine. I need a new one, but I'm actually hoping it's going to last the rest of this season. Then when I'm done with it for this season, I'm just going to chuck it out and get another one next year. Anyway, for this area, nothing has changed. I still need 3 of these 32 by 32 base plates and 1 more of the 16 by 32 base plates. And I might have to retrobrite some of these, because that one, and that one has faded quite considerably. They were like that when I got them. They haven't faded while I've had them. Oh, I did manage to put all the trees and flowers back here. I like it just because it looks nice and tidy, and I think it just finishes this edge off. And you know, for people waiting for trains on the platform, it's just something nice to look at. But I've got quite a belly on me. I have lost weight though, that's good. But yeah, I've got a bit of a belly on me, so when I'm leaning over to do things on this part of the town, my belly does tend to knock the flowers and trees off. So I am forever putting those back in place, and these. Actually, not the belly. Believe it or not, my arm knocks the signals over quite regularly, actually. Well, that doesn't seem to... Oh, that's better. That wasn't on there quite right. Yeah, believe it or not, because when I'm walking down there, if I don't pay attention to where my arms are, they knock straight into those and knock them off. Well, I guess it's just part of having a Lego City. Things are bound to get knocked off from time to time. Nemo, however, you might think being a cat and jumping up on here frequently knocks things over, but he doesn't, to be honest. Apart from the street lights up in my little housing area up the other end, he does have the habit of knocking at least one of those over, and it's usually the same one for some reason. He must just dislike that particular one. So, I think my next update we will see both those buildings moved and some sort of train yard in progress up here. Not train yard, freight yard. Now I think I've actually moved both of these shops. After this time it would be at least 3 times each. I don't think I've moved any of the buildings in this city as many times as those two. Yeah, and I'm actually thinking that some of my houses might get dismantled at some point and rebuilt. Want my big red one down at the end there, because I don't know, I'm starting to go off that one, starting to dislike it, so I think it's time to just build something different. I do like my little bungalow that's next to it. That stays, and so does my yellow house there, that stays, but don't know, I'm just going off of my red one. I need something different now. So, I think that sums it up for this video. There's not a lot else that's actually changed. So yeah, hope you liked the video. Thumbs up if you did, and of course, if you're new, please subscribe, and don't forget, I do have a Discord server for this channel and a Facebook page, which I will link down below. And I'll talk to you all in the next video. Bye!